East matchup. It's the New York Yankees squaring off against their hated rivals, the Boston Red Sox. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. Chris, one guy having a big year for this club, leading the team in home runs and runs batted in, Rafael Devers. Always exciting to see him in action, and it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boog, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. And this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat. Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher. So it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
And Gleyber Torres retired. And there's one down. Here's Alex Verdugo. And first offering is fouled off. Verdugo, a left fielder with good range, 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2014. Got him looking. And 2 away now.
Well, not much you can argue with there as a hitter. That pitch was dotted on the inside corner of the plate. I think even if he swings the bat, it blows him up and not really able to do anything with it anyhow. I think if you see that early, then perhaps you can pull those hands a little bit tighter and get the fat part of the bat to it. But I'd say overall, you just have to tip the cap on that one. Great execution.
High fly ball out towards left field. And it's over the monster and off the billboard. And it gives them the lead in the first. It's 1-0.
The sun rises and Aaron Judge hits a home run. That's a pretty normal day in the world of baseball.
He swings and fouls one off. And downstairs. One run across in the frame so far here in the second game of the series. Late with the swing there.
Ooh, Baez. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, Bogo.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Solo shot from Aaron Judge for the Yanks. And the home team down a run. Back after this on the show. Back here with my pal Siggy. Our starter in this one, Marcus Stroman. What do we have on him?
Well, it hasn't been a great year so far in terms of ERA, but he's had some decent games, and there have been some flashes of greatness, if you will. We'll see today if he's able to get ahead of hitters and perhaps get some swings and misses, put himself in a position to bring that ERA down, because you know in the back of his mind, beyond the W, he wants to have a better earned run average.
And that one hit to first, and it gets by him.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Ceddanne Rafaela stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Right field down the line, and that one slices foul. Next one misses. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody out. Runner at first. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Well, when those hitters count, sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
And a swing and a miss. And that's the first out.
Well, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. You know, right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
On the ground, the first. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out. Now it's Devers at the plate. Went deep in the ball game last night. On the ground, a second, might be two. There's one. Got him. The double play cuts down the potential tying run.
Well, the second base.
Top of the second, digging in, Austin Wells. Fastball in for a strike.
0-1.
Big swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Carl Dixon doing the umpiring behind the plate.
And boom, I'm not sure if it's because he sort of sets up higher. But
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
wow, that one almost got out of here. I know the wind's blowing out the left. And man, that almost pushed it over the fence. I bet hitters are trying to get the ball up in the air and hit it that direction. I know I would be.
DJ LeMahieu, batting with one down, takes a strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
One out, bases empty. Got him swinging.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike three, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Next offering is in for a strike. Waves at the bender for the strikeout. Down in order go the Yankees. Back here in Boston, bottom half of inning number 2 at the plate. Bobby Dalbec. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Stroman, an all-star a season ago. He features a sinker, a slurve, a cutter, splitter, and he works in a slider. Sends it to first, and quickly one away in the second.
The designated hitter.
Vaughn Grissom up next for the Red Sox. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's two down. Here's Tyler O'Neill. First pitch just misses.
1-0.
And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. Line drive, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Connor Wong in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. Back here at Fenway, on to the 3rd inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jace Peterson. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Hangs and misses. It's a strikeout. 3-pitch strikeout, and you look at the sequence. The plan was clearly to work him inside. Didn't want to let him get his arms extended, make him a little bit uncomfortable in there, and he ended up overmatching him in the process. That's one you have to take note of as a hitter for next time you come to the plate. Right through there for a strike. Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area. Bounced up the middle. Over to Dalbec. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd. So the lineup flips over. Here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Gleyber Torres. Popped up under this one. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. Back here at Fenway Park, set for the bottom of the third. Here's the veteran shortstop, Trevor Story. And the right-hander back to work. And that one fouled off. Next offering is downstairs. Line drive and lines out to third.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And there's a foul ball. The pitch. Line drive, caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Rafaela batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Home team down a run here in the last half of the third. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And no one can get there. Makes the turn and heads for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
He was all over that one. Put a really nice balanced swing on it. And when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box. And he'll feel real good about that one.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. The Red Sox trailing by a run here in the second game of the series.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
And a swing and a miss. That's the inning. Start of the fourth. Now the number 2 hitter, Alex Verdugo. And a foul ball. The 0-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Well, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
On the ground to third, Devers. Whips it to first. And a quick out, number 1. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. There's your strike. Judge goes 6 feet 7 inches, 31 years old. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. And there's a strike on the outside corner, and the count is 0-2. And they'll do it again. Bases empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. On the ground to the left. Devers throws on to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. That one misses, and that's ball 1. Swing and a foul straight back. Hot shot to third. Over to Dahlbeck, and they take care of Stanton for the out. And the Yanks held in check. They lead it 1-0. Back here in Boston, bottom of the 4th, here's a big power threat. Rafael Devers. Stroman back to work. That misses, and it's 1-0.
You know, these Red Sox just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And Devers hits that one. 1 up, 1 down.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
1 down, base is empty. There's a strike.
0-2.
Up the middle. And that one finds its way through. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Now at the plate, Vaughn Grissom. The Yankees leading by a run. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. And there's a strike on the outside corner. A little out front there as he swings through it.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 2.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Had him way out front of the slurve.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Now it's the right fielder, Tyler O'Neill. Up the middle, a dive, nice stop to first. In the dirt, he picks it, and that's a great play.
Making it look easy at the Keystone position. Definitely worth another look.
Back here at Fenway, ready now for the 5th inning, and here is Austin Wells. Left-hand hitter waits. That one fouled off. And the 0-2. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again. The 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 0-2. And that one missing low. Now a fly ball to right center. O'Neill sizing this one up. Hauls it in for the out. Here's DJ LeMahieu.
Now, third baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
And that's outside. Ball 1. And that one clips the corner.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
This to third. Devers throws on to first. And there are 2 outs. And now Oswald Peraza. And that one is in the dirt. 1-0.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low. Throwing the ball very well right now.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. In the air, right field. O'Neill drifts towards it. Brings it in. And that is that. Back in Boston, bottom of the inning. And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Connor Wong. The pitch. And there's a ball. Just missed.
The rest of the lineup could learn a thing or two from this at bat right here. He's been patient, and now he's in the driver's seat with a 2-0 count.
And another ball.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
The line of the pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Now there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
Up the middle. Oh, nice play. Throws from his knees. But he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single. Trevor Story comes up to the plate. He's over 1.
Wow, he did everything he could on that play with the throw from his knee, but the hustle down the line was enough to earn him the infield knock, and that's a great baseball play all the way around.
Oh,
that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
The shortstop takes the ball. On the ground to short, could be 2. Peraza fires over to first. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Duran, the next to hit, takes low for a ball. The Yanks up by a run. Last half of inning number 5. And that's off the inside edge. And it's 2-0. Swung on, belted. That's back. And that ball is gone. He'll take a jog around the bases. 3rd home run of the season. It's 2-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Here's the second baseman, Ceddanne Rafaela. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. 2 runs across in the inning here in the second game of the series. And the right-hander deals. And a foul ball. He stays alive. 1 down, base is empty. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Here's the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida. 1 for 2. Lined, and that's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Devers up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. The throw is wild and it gets away. And that keeps the inning alive. Here's Bobby Dahlbeck. Right through there for a strike. That one down the line. LeMahieu gets it to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand.
Proof right there of why he's a Gold Glover.
And we're back here at Fenway Park, top 6. And now Jace Peterson.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And brings it in at the wall.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that. back, no doubt.
And now Alex Cora is out of the dugout, and he will make a move for the bullpen. Nick Pivetta will depart, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with a new pitcher after this break. New pitcher for the Red Sox, Josh Winkowski.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
And a swing and a miss. Grisham, first-round pick of the Brewers in 2015. One down, base is empty. That just misses. Ball 2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
5 foul balls in this at-bat so far, and these two are going head-to-head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. That one is blasted. Left field towards the monster. And it's off the Green Monster. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
But when you see that many pitches in an at-bat, your chances of succeeding go up. And right there we see the result.
Torres in the box with one away as he takes ball 1. Fastball for a strike. And the count even at 1.
Ball, 1 strike.
Right through there for a strike. Fouls it off, still 1-2. With the tying run at second, and we're at the top half of the 6th.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Righty delivers. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Man at second. Foul ball left side, he'll see another.
Well, having such a tough time putting him away. 6 foul.
Hits and misses. It's a strikeout. So up next, Alex Verdugo. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1. In the air, left field. On his way over. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out. The Yanks lead 1, and our score remains 2-1. And we're back. Now we go bottom 6. Now it's the DH. Vaughn Grissom. Stroman back to work. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1.
You know, these Red Sox doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Despite having 9 hits in the game, the numbers don't exactly jump off the page in terms of exit velocity. Nearly half of them traveling less than 90 miles per hour off the bat, but they're finding a way to get it done.
The wind of the pitch. And a foul ball. On the ground to third. LeMahieu gets it to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. So stepping in for Boston, Tyler O'Neill. And it's fouled away. Oh, 1 down.
Ball, that's inside.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
Base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. And stepping in for Boston, Connor Wong. That one's in there. 0-1. 1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Bounce to the left side, and it goes just foul. Kicks and deals.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. Swing and a miss. Had him way out front of the slurve.
The batter, number 10.
Here's Trevor Story now. In there at the knees. Strike one. Chopped to third. Handled by LeMahieu. Fires over to first. And Story is out. The right-hander back to work. Down the middle for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Swing and he popped it off. Dahlbeck moving under this one. Puts it away for the out. And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. Now a pop-up on the infield. Dahlbeck under it. Out number 2.
Ball's just not carrying the first tonight.
Now you would actually say that to your teammate in the dugout?
No, I'm not that cruel, but someone would say it to me, and I'm sure it's probably been said before.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Foul ball still 0-2. And that one hammered. That's back there. Gone! All muscle to center field. His 9th homer of the year, and it ties it up. It's 2-2.
That's a game changer right there. A big-time swing, and we're all tied up.
So the Red Sox bring on a new pitcher, Isaiah Campbell.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
Swings and misses. And it's 1-1. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. And he grounds one back up the middle. Over to first. That ends the frame. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. 2-2 game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Caleb Ferguson.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
The pitch. Duran leading things off and takes a strike. On the line, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Rafaela in the box now, takes strike 1. With the go-ahead run at first, here the bottom of the 7th. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
Check swing, appeal to first. Yes, he did. Down he goes on strikes.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boo, get back on track. His team needs him.
Yoshida in the box now, takes strike 1. That one the other way, and it's just foul. That was close. And the pitch. That misses. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Next pitch is in the dirt. And the count is even 2-2.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher. But if you were anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Rafael Devers waiting to bat for the Red Sox. To the right side. There's one. Return throw to first. Got him. Double play. And that'll do it. Back now at Fenway. Now it's the shortstop, Oswald Peraza. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Oh, come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
Up and in. And that is ball one. And the righty deals. Line drive, calls it in, and there's one away. Now it's Chase Peterson. First pitch misses. Out towards right center field, on the move to the alley. He's got it. And a couple of quick outs.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. Sliced hard but foul. Good job to fight that one off. Righty to the plate. Fights it off. He'll see another. Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. A gigantic blast. His 19th home run of the year. It's 3-2. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
So a young arm coming on now out of the pen, Brian Bayo.
He's averaging more than 1 hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
Fought off foul. 2 down, nobody on. Right through there for a strike. Good take by Torres. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now a... So remaining in the game defensively, Juan Soto. He'll be the new right fielder after entering as a pinch hitter. Well, 1-run game. Rafael Devers getting ready to hit. 1 for 3. The pitch. That one is absolutely belted. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. Judge hustles it back in as the tying run is forced to stop at second.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And here's the first baseman, Bobby Dahlbeck. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1.
Well, this situation with the runner on second, you've got to get him up to third. Think back up to middle or to right field.
In the dirt, and now it's even 1-1. Activity in the bullpen. Clay Holmes getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Marinaccio also getting ready. With the go-ahead run at the plate, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swings and misses, struck him out. So digging in, Vaughn Grissom, 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. That clips the corner. So the tying run at second. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything. Anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
Oh, 1 now. Chopped to third. Slings it across. That ends the inning. Back inside Fenway Park. New inning. So they turn things over to the righty, Kenley Jansen.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And that one almost hit him. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And there's one down. Here comes Aaron Judge. This ball's chopped on the ground. In plenty of time to first. Judge out on the play. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
Headed down the line. O'Neill hauls it in to end the inning. Nothing to it. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Clay Holmes.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Fly ball down the line. Soto really on his horse for it. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. One-run game, bottom 9. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Hit in the air, right field. He dives, but can't hang on. That's a base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Oh, and this one's blasted. High and deep. It's on its way. Out of here. Ball game. He circles the bases, and the Red Sox walk it off for the win.
Is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
4-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi saying so long